Hey, YouTube. I got Jay. I got Jay Martin from NBC 33, Fox 44. I've got Dylan from Toast. Dylan, he's going to be talking about food. You're going to co-host today.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, talking about food, restaurants, and continuing the segment.
Can we talk about
how to be a better diner?
Salvadorina?
Salvadorina, yeah.
Oh
we
my God.
absolutely can talk about that.
Someone was having an intervention with me with it's a place on Nicholson. It's
Okay.
it'll change your life.
Okay.
It's just
What?
and I know where your building is. It's on on Perkins.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
I don't usually get down here that much because like I'm over there.
I feel like you can make it to Nicholson pretty easy from where you guys are. Like, because you're, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I would do the morning shift, so I'm done with everything by like 9:30.
That's perfect because La Salvadorina serves breakfast.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure, or hope I'm not, I'm pretty sure they do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a breakfast / lunch / dinner spot.
Well, some of their dishes have egg in it.
That's what I mean. It's all all
Liata.
If it has egg in it, then it's breakfast.
Is that?
Are we talking about? Is that talking about Iverstein Farm?
Oh yes, absolutely.
You been to Iverstein?
No.
That's near your.
Whoa, you're around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see for food talk.
You can actually probably use the Toast app to place a to-go order there.
He works for Toast, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this or not.
I just, I was just saying, like, as a person, that you could do that. It's not anything. It's not related to what I'm doing here.
Oh.
It's supposed to talk about Toast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We can talk about Toast.
I mean,
Toast isn't sponsoring the show or anything, but
exists, right? We can talk about the Geaux Rouge. It does not.
Alondra's on master controls for a little while, right? A little bit. Thank you, Alondra. I appreciate you. I know you don't think I appreciate you, but I do appreciate you.
Iverstein Farms is incredible.
Okay.
You should check it out.
So when you say right around the corner,
no, truly, like not on Nicholson. It's literally it's at the corner of Perkins and Star. Like
I'm a
Sonic
Sushiyama. Okay.
Route 44 drinker. I like Sonic beverages, and near my new house, I get a Route 44 Sprite Zero, and near my new house, there's a couple of different Sonics. There's one on Coursey, one on Sherwood, and one on somewhere else. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. They don't have the also the Sprite Zero formula is
not dialed up, huh?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go off on Sonic.
Yeah. Well, we can go off on like fountain drinks not being dialed up though, right? Like really the nuance like different.
Yeah. What soft drink, if you drink a soft drink, what soft drink do you drink, Jay?
I usually go either Sprite or Dr. Pepper. I don't know if you get
Who had the best Dr. Pepper restaurant-wise best fountain formula for you? So I drink Coke Zero, Coke Zero, Red Zeppelin's Coke Zero formula on fleek.
On fleek.
On fleek.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good. The traffic situation, the parking situation there is a little dicey.
Yeah.
Dicey.
I've only had leftover Red Zeppelins.
Oh, bro. Are you from Baton Rouge? Where are you from, Jay?
No, I'm from Georgia.
Okay.
Where in Georgia?
Cool. Well, this makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
ATL?
Right outside of ATL.
Where?
Kennesaw?
I know where Kennesaw is. I have a brother that used to live in Canton.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kennesaw, and now he lives in a town that's like 30 minutes away from ATL that I don't know the name of, but it's like country. But the advantage of being out there is you can get like a nicer house and all that jazz. He was living on the rim of the ATL.
Yeah.
I call it ATL, Atlanta.
You see that? Yeah, I know. I keep hearing you drop that.
Lex. Do you remember that? No, Lex. The junior league people, I was like, I want a Lex because they're giving next week. They're doing the Rolex raffle at the holidays, and I'm like, I said Lex 3 times, and they're just looking at me, and I'm like, nobody says Lex. I'm the only human being that says Lex. So speaking of restaurants, my brother is in from Bossier City, and he wants to go to Acme Oyster tonight.
Oh boy, no! Take him to Power Ends. If the wait's too long, then go to Acme. Like that's the Baton Rouge pattern.
I was invited, so I don't want to be the guy. I mean, I'm pretty self-absorbed, as you know. I don't want to be the guy that's like, man, that place is really shitty. You're really going there.
You're not doing it for him.
YouTube. We can say that on YouTube. Not
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
No. Okay. Now, look, I don't want to disparage Acme. Acme's a good restaurant. Acme's a good restaurant.
They used to do Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi was my #1 soft drink.
Okay.
And then they switched over.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
I guess
soda determine where you go and eat? Because that's all
Yeah.
I've heard. Is like
Sometimes, yeah.
the red chicken.
That's interesting.
Good,
Yeah.
solid.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
Thank you for that.
Times Diet Coke.
I wasn't thrilled with any of the times.
Something got
We'll come back to that.
2-minute intro, 20 hard break. You know all this, right? You're awesome. So can we talk about moving houses for a second? I'm still
Sure.
amped
Yeah.
up a little bit on that.
I'm a little shook by what Nick said about the chimes, but we'll come back to it.
What did you say about chimes?
He wasn't impressed.
Yeah,
Which chimes did you go to first?
we did both. The
No. No.
Okay, so wait, hold on. You're biased. I have no dog in this fight.
bias.
You used to work in the. Okay, what did you eat when you get there? When you go there, what do you eat? There's soup,
One of the best
sauces.
etouffees in the city. It's like I don't think it's up for question.
The Creole cream of crawfish is also very good. Getting it when the Creole cream of crawfish soup is their best, and then whenever they do a special where they fry something and put the Creole cream of crawfish on top
of it,
or
right.
the etouffee on top, that's the way to go.
Parians. Okay, you like the etouffee better at Parians than you do at Chimes? Okay, interesting. Everything, yeah. Parians is incredible.
So to me,
It's also the exact
the
same.
pecking order to me is for nostalgic. I went to LSU for 9 years,
okay.
undergrad, law school. Well, 8 years. Chimes, LSU. And now they have.
I'm going
extended
there
parking.
at night, like immediately following
Yeah,
the show.
extended parking. That's where you want to go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Stop is sick.
Pines is a different vibe for me, but
Mhm.
that restaurant has been other things there, and all going all the way back to like other seafood restaurants
Yeah.
there. So Corsi's a little bit much for me.
Okay.
Corsi stresses me out. Not the
Agreed.
food.
No. Agreed. Like, I mean, East is like the hub recruiting the populations like from the surrounding areas, whereas, you know, LSU is like it's like just pulling in Baton Rouge, right? Like Chimes East, like we're driving like 15, 20 minutes in, you know. They are good. Yeah.
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you
I
had?
can't remember what I had.
I mean, you have to give it another shot. You know,
I guess so.
Yeah, you have to give it another shot.
I went
for
to the
sure.
one off of LSU's campus. Which one's that called?
Never gotten
That's the one.
I've never gotten the boudin egg.
Hold on.
So
They're good.
So
They're
the
great.
best app besides the cheese fries is the spinach artichoke dip with the bow tie, fried bow tie.
I keep making that sound. Is it okay to whistle into the mic?
I did actually. I remember getting.
Where-
And I'm gonna that sound.
Howard Stern. So
Yeah.
like the 5 people that are listening.
I did post it in one of my work Slack channels, so we could have. Have you checked out the viewers yet on YouTube?
No, I have not.
I didn't tell my mom this week. But
So I used to be all amped up about doing like the immediate share and all that stuff, and I still do.
Mhm.
It's just it's hard to explain. Go Rouge. Here we go. This is episode 121, by the way. No, I'm just telling you it's episode 121. So this is us talking right now.
Wow.
Is it live?
Yeah.
I did go back.
So
I
it'll be a
went back and
CMI
watched some of like from the last time I was on, and so my posture is a little different. I'm not smiling quite as like stupidly or widely as I was last time.
Well, today is National Smile Day.
And I'll give like a good measured smile in response to like that's nice. Yeah, good. Last time when I watched it, I was literally like the whole time, no matter what was going on, I was like this. I was
It was
like,
very popular when he came last time.
You
All right,
listen at-
coming in.
Oh.
You know how this works.
Yeah, I usually talk to like the last second.
I'm going to ask you about pointing at a tree
Oh yeah.
that you can't see, because that's always
that
fascinating
sounds
me.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Just fascinates me. That's where I got it from. I'm nothing sophisticated. Your food, Tina. Vote for Pedro. He'll make your wildest dreams come true. All right, welcome to the Go Rouge radio show. This is your host, Franz Borkhardt, for episode 121. I think it's episode 121. Feels like episode 121. Franz, host, Alondra, master controls. Alondra, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Thank you for stepping up today.
That's what I do. I step up. I make things
You're a
happen.
company gal. You're a company gal. So we got a fun show today. We've got Dylan Ferguson back. Remember Dylan from the company Toast, where we talked about like food. We talked about how to be a better diner, a better patron,
A better patron.
at restaurants. He's going to be co-hosting today. And then I've got check out the weather. I've got the Jay Martin from NBC 33, Fox 44 News on the show today to talk about the Real Men Wear Pink. So I was a Real Man Wear Pink. In fact, I'm chairing it this year. You're a Real Men Wear Pink. Dylan was going to do it. He had some life happen. So next year, I'm going to hit you up next year.
Great.
So Real Men Wear Pink. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so we are fighting breast cancer, one pink garment of clothing at a time. It kind of, on its surface, you're like, wait, wearing pink fights breast cancer? Well, it does, because we're raising awareness, and then Jay's also trying to raise money to save the boobs, if you will.
Sure. Are we going to talk about the tie? Like while we're
If you're watching on YouTube, his tie is glorious.
Yeah.
So before we jump into our guests today, before we jump into Jay and Dylan, we're going to thank our show sponsors. These are the folks that make the Geaux Rouge show possible. We got Dr. G, Dr. Gunjarena, MD VIP at Heal 360, helping me get healthy. Concierge Medical Services. Man, oh man, I've been dodging her lately because I went to Austin and I ate like a monster. Like I ate some really seriously unhealthy food.
You think it had immediate impact?
Well, I know it was 3 days of hardcore eating.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Like I was eating at a place called Tommy Want Wingy.
Okay.
Which is some of the best lollipop chicken wings I've ever had. And like it got to the point where I was like shaming myself. So I'm going to be hitting Dr. G up. She's the one who helped me lose like 100 pounds. And so she, concierge medicine, check her out, www.drrena.com. La Divina Italian Cafe serving select wines, ice cold beer, and their exclusive sorbet mimosa. One of the best brunches in town. I like La Divina. I love going and hanging out there. I do most of my business meetings there. That place and one other coffee shop that will remain nameless on the show because they're not a show sponsor.
Fair. Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about.
No, that makes sense. But I also go to La Divina a lot for breakfast.
My love
it is one of my favorite early morning breakfast spots.
So the key to this conversation is my love is for sale. You know that song, My Love Don't Cost a Thing?
Okay.
My love does cost a thing.
It does. Right. So we won't talk about anywhere else.
Last but not least, the Borkart Law Firm, the featured show sponsor. That's really the juice behind this show. That's my lemonade stand, criminal defense law firm. Check us out at www.borkartlawfirm.com. Exciting news for the Borkart Law Firm. I just got hired to teach a criminal law class at the LSU Law Center, which is my alma mater, which I find to be extremely ironic because, well, they've already hired me, so I can say this. I lowest grade in law school.
Isn't that how
Criminal
it
law.
goes?
Yeah, and I focus in criminal law. It's funny. I remember thinking, I'll never do criminal law. Now I go on multiple media platforms and talk about criminal law nationally and locally every week, multiple times. So, all right. So, enough about me. Let's talk about Jay Martin. Jay, what's going on, man? Talk to me a little bit about life at NBC 33, Fox 44. What do you do over there?
What I do is, it depends on kind of one of the things. Do you want to know my jokey answer that I give people or the actual real answer? Because normally I like to tell people, I'm the guy that you get mad at during the day.
So you're the weather guy, right?
I'm the weather guy. Yeah, very simple.
I like both things.
What's your prediction rate? Have you broken it down? Are you like a 66, 70% accurate?
I haven't broken it down.
Because if you tell me 50-50, I'm going to be really angry.
See, that's
I'm joking.
No, I was about to say, I actually don't, when it comes to like doing that whole 7-day and putting your rain chances, I don't do a 50-50 because it's kind of one of those things of like, then I get everyone saying you flip a coin, it could be either one, and I want to be a little bit more accurate than that. But I mean, I could go back and look, but then you get nitpicky.
So I got to tell you, I can't speak for Dylan, but for me, I just want to know when I need an umbrella.
True.
That's more than anything else. Is I'm okay if you're wrong.
Maybe also what time I'll need the umbrella.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
If I know like around when and weather, like those are the two things I need to know.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I've broken it down to like 3 things that most people will care about, and that's what they'll pay attention to: is when is it going to rain, so that way you know to prepare.
Right.
How hot or how cold it's going to be, because you know if you hit triple digits, you want to know, and if it's going to be below freezing, you want to know. And then what your weekend's like. Most people are just. They don't really care what's happening during the week. They're like, what's my weekend where I have off and I can just do the stuff I want?
I'm sorry, Frank.
No, go. No,
I was just
your coach.
Okay, I'm not used to it. Wow. Would it be too much to ask, like, what we're looking like this weekend? Like, are you allowed to talk about that on this show? Is that, Franz, is that allowed?
I mean, we've now taken time to do it, so yeah.
Okay, great.
So I'll give
I
you.
want to know. I mean, since we're here.
The short and sweet is there's a cold front coming. It's not bringing us rain, but it's going to cool us down. So today it's like 90. And it was sunny, so it was really hot out there. This time we're going to be seeing 85, so kind of cooling back down. And 83 on Sunday. Overnight lows, if you're staying out late, mid-50s.
That's incredible. Aren't you glad you know that?
Awesome.
I'm pumped.
I'm going to be jumping into the swimming pool this weekend.
Yeah,
perfect.
For the first time, a new house.
Congratulations.
Jay's here not just to talk about the weather, though. Jay is participating in a little thing we call Real Men Wear Pink with the American Cancer Society, right?
Yes.
Jay has agreed to, and I've done this in the past, to wear pink all through the month of October. He's got a pink bow tie on today.
It's very nice.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I was about to say,
eye-catching.
shameless plug is I actually make these.
Wait.
Whoa.
Yeah. How much does a bow tie like that go for? I'll buy one right now.
Right now?
I'll Venmo you.
I usually do 15 for
That's
a
it.
human
Oh,
bow
man.
tie. I've got dog and animal bows and bow ties for 10, and I picked
15, that's it?
up. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take 2. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So are you selling pink ones for cancer? That would be the way to make some serious money this month.
Yeah.
I've tried to get some fabric to get some, but the thing is I tie these myself.
Right.
Okay.
So
I wear bow ties as well.
Yeah, Franz is a bow tie guy.
Yeah.
Well-
I'm not wearing a bow tie today, but yes, in general. So, dude, I didn't know this about you. Jay just got really, really cool. I mean, he was cool before.
Like Jay.
Jay makes bow ties. He's wearing a stunning pink bow tie. How much money have you raised so far to fight breast cancer?
Oh.
And how can we help you raise more?
I think I'm at 5 last year to 500. Not anything
not
too
5.
crazy.
That's good. That's a
Yeah.
good start. And then this month, you have a fundraising opportunity that we can help support you at.
Yeah.
All right. So all the money that you're raising goes to fight breast cancer.
Yes.
American Cancer Society. It's Sarita's in Denham, right?
Yeah, they do every Wednesday a little buyback. So if you go and get your meal, a percentage goes back to me, but more importantly, it goes
really
back to
yeah.
American Cancer Society.
So I'll make you a deal. Jay.
Okay.
One, and this is Wednesdays throughout the month of October.
Yes.
So anytime on Wednesday you go to Sarita's,
Yeah.
order, a percentage goes back to. I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
Not only Wednesday next week will I go to Sarita's for lunch or dinner, one of
Okay.
the two. I will donate if your ties are 15.
Yeah.
If you make me a J bow tie,
Okay.
I will donate $100 in furtherance. So I'm giving you. You're going to give me the tie.
Yes.
And I'm going to donate $100. That's a $75 markup
That is.
on your normal ties.
Yeah.
Is that right? 75.
Well,
Normal
really,
ties 15.
No, I'm sorry. You're right. It's an
$85.
$85.
Yeah.
Sure.
I know. Not a doctor, not a mathematician.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is. I'm throwing it down here.
Yeah. That's
You're willing.
live.
We're negotiating on air.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there like, do you want like specifically pink?
I need
Do
a
you
pink
want-
bow tie.
Do you want?
And I will
this
wear. And
or-
I want something similar to that.
Okay.
In fact, for every bow tie you make me, we're gonna cap it.
Yeah.
Let's do 2. I'll donate
Okay.
200, but I will wear them on Court TV. So your bow ties will be on national TV.
All right.
It's
Whoa.
Court TV is national TV.
That's
right?
national TV. Yeah.
I mean,
That's incredible. It's so international, honestly.
Yeah.
well, there's Court TV UK. and then
Okay.
Court TV, but there's anyways.
But there's extremes.
So
Yeah.
you donate right now, though.
Mhm.
Like, let's say I want to push it forward and donate right now. Where can I go to donate?
So there's like a few links, but I found the easiest way, because they give you this long link, is to go to brproud.com. That's the station's website. You can get all the fun weather news, all that stuff. But there's a link, like a little banner that has my face. You can click on that, and it'll bring you to the right page to donate. And that's the thing. I was on it earlier when we were kind of looking to see how much is. They have set amounts, kind of deal, but you can do custom. So like, I know you're willing to throw out the money here, but
I wouldn't say throw out. I would say
throw out.
profile, high maintenance bow ties. Now, do you have Paisley?
I can get paid. The thing
What-
is I can go to any
What's your turnaround on these ties? If I give you 150,
How-
can I get one by Sunday?
I could get it to you by
Wow.
tomorrow.
Oh man,
I would have to get the fabric and get
you
everything
don't have
done.
to do that. It's Columbus weekend. Are you working on Monday?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
so I'm not working on Monday. It's like a holiday or something.
I know.
It's where Columbus raped and pillaged the slaves and enslaved a whole bunch of indigenous people.
That's right.
Columbus. Anyways, if you go to Spain ever, by the way, guys, if you go to Spain, they celebrate Columbus as not for those things I just mentioned, those
Right.
terrible, horrible things.
Right.
But Spain is accredited for doing the global expansion from Europe, and so Columbus is a big, big deal, even though he's not really Spanish. So that's a tangent. Anyways, back to you. Click on the link, donate the money. I'm giving now. Look, dude, you've gotten me up. I was at 100.
Right.
Then I was at 200. So
Yes.
right now,
Mhm.
I'll give you 100 plus 150 if I can get a bow tie by close of business on Monday. Pink bow tie, and then the secondary one like a paisley.
Okay.
Your
so
choice.
Paisley, you want
I wear bow ties
Okay.
weekly, dude. I'm just wearing a normal purple and gold tie because LSU's playing tomorrow. So
I had LSU ones. I got rid of those though.
So why are you doing? I know why you're doing it, but why was this? Was there a personal story for you? Was this just a hey, I want to give back? What was the deal with you and doing the Real Men Wear Pink?
I would say kind of both because that was the thing. Is like they asked me like, hey, can you do this? I said, of course. Raising money for this is great. Either way.
Right.
But then I was thinking about it like when they were like trying to figure out how we were going to do all of this, and I was like, I've got to. I hate to say cancer is so prevalent with everything that it said. I was like, I have to have family members. Found out that had a grandma that's like a survivor of it. I've had a few later members that had passed away from it, and then not even just breast cancer. They've had some that are just like regular cancer, and so it's like you can go to anybody and they'll have some connection somewhere with breast cancer or any cancer. It's kind of like any way you can help. Like even if I donated $1, like here you go. It's gonna help.
So let me say this. All joking aside, and I jest a lot. I keyed. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are doing this. I did it one year. It's wearing the pink wasn't the challenge for me. It was I don't have anybody in my direct line that had breast cancer. I know people who have cancer that have survived. I know people who have died, and it's just for me. It was just a fun. Okay, I'll wear pink, no big deal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what American Cancer Society didn't like. I did a cigar event, and I guess that was the wrong optics, sent the wrong message.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I could see that.
But they were down with like a bourbon event for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, so I didn't do a bourbon event, but in general.
Yeah.
So, Jay, this runs all throughout October.
Yes.
When is your deadline to get your money in?
Deadline, I believe, I think the 29th. We're all doing a pink out.
And you're supposed to like be raising a certain threshold too, right?
Yeah.
How much?
I try not to think about it because then the pressure's on.
Dude, if you don't raise the threshold, then like repo men, they can show up to your house and
You
they
know
take
what
your kidney-
happens,
They
right?
take your kidneys.
That's
out.
right.
Well, that's okay. We need one kidney.
No, they're going to take both of them.
Oh, they're going to take both. Okay.
That's
Watch NBC 33. You're
Yeah.
good with one kidney.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. I'm on there. I do legal commentary. I'm just joking with Jay. Poor Dylan's like, I don't really know what to do with this dude.
I don't understand that. What's the show like when I'm not here?
It's even worse.
Oh, okay.
No. NBC 33, Fox 44. Great. That's
love
actually my morning news.
Yeah.
My morning news routine is that channel. When I want to watch like uncomfortable investigative journalism, Chris Nakamoto.
Yeah, can we say that name of the air for us?
You know, or
This is terrifying.
yeah, it's off the rails here.
Yeah.
Your deadline is at the end of October.
Yes.
How much is your total goal?
2,500.
You just raised today. You've raised $250.
That's 10%.
That's also if I bring these bow ties.
Well, dude, you sounds like you can shake your butt for for this money.
Yeah.
I mean, also shout out, Alondra had to run. We on Master Controls now. We have a beautiful pink hat.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
You can shout in. Who's on Master Controls right now?
It's Cade.
Cade's on Master Controls. Where did you get that hat from?
So my wife works at Turner, and they were selling a couple of items in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and she got a shirt, I got a hat.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. Pink is, it used to be that wearing pink was for a guy was a thing, an uncomfortable thing. Now it's like I wear pink every month, generally once or twice a week, and nobody bats
an eye.
Now bow tie, I will tell you, bow ties are like shaving your head. If you've never shaved your head before and somebody sees you shave your head, they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And then after about 6 months, they're like, "Okay, that's your thing." When I started wearing bow ties, and that used to be what I would wear to court every single day, is I'd wear bow ties.
Yeah.
People were like, "What are you, Pee-wee? What are you, Pee-wee Herman?" And then like after a while, it becomes your thing. Do you have a thing that's your thing, Dylan?
Ooh, I mean, people ask me about my beard a lot, right?
Your
Like
beard,
they say like, Dylan,
your beard is gorgeous.
oh, that's very kind. When was the last time you shaved? You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, truly like almost every day, right? Like I have to keep the edges, but I don't think
Yeah.
I shaved once during the pandemic because we're all wearing masks. And so
Were
it
you
didn't
like
matter.
Leslie Adamans?
Oh yeah.
Just tuning in. Dylan Ferguson is co-hosting today, and he's going to be in our second half. Jay, you don't have to leave at that point. You can if you want to, but we're just going to go off the rails and talk about food. And we get
Yes.
As long as I get a chair that go around.
you can get a chair.
Okay.
Dude, you look better than both of us slouching in these chairs.
I just saw myself over in the camera, and I was like, oh man, all right.
I have been so I'm exhausted. I've been criminal lawyering all day, Borgart Law Firm. And so for the radio show, I always slouch in the chair. There's no way around it. There's
Right.
no way. I mean, lawyering is like Atlas. Being a criminal defense attorney of my caliber is like Atlas holding up the planet, the world, if you will.
Oh wow,
No, it's not.
that's
It's
quite
not.
a comparison.
That is
Continue.
It's vicious, pride swallowing seeds, the likes of which I will never tell you guys or the listeners all about. It's. There are moments in my job, probably you were in the restaurant industry, probably, and maybe less so the weather. The coolest thing, by the way, the pointing to the screen when there's nothing on the screen.
Oh, right.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go with this, but there's moments in my job where I'm just like looking in the mirror, like, how did I get here? Like, what was the trail, the breadcrumb trail that I got here and I'm doing what I'm about to do? Like, I'm not disposing of a body or anything.
Right.
So, okay, that is the number one thing that people, like when I told them that you were on the show, is ask the dude about the digital screen behind it. You're like pointing at the weather. Tell me about that.
It's essentially, it's like got a camera in front of me, and I just turn around, and there's literally just a green wall.
Well, how do you know what to point to?
Well, see,
That's it. Are you about to? I don't want to.
Can you tell us?
it is because it's actually a lot of fun because you can get from kids to like grown adults that come into the studio. I've had family members that didn't even know. They come in and they look and like, how do you see it? We've got TV monitors on the
So
side.
you're using the TV monitors.
Gotcha.
Yeah, do the little bit of TV magic.
There's a degree of skill there because have you ever tried to do something in your reflection, like you're looking at a reflection to try and grab it, and you're like, wait, does my arm go that way?
I was on Skype on Court TV today. That's
Yeah.
not that shameless me going back to that.
Right.
And
I didn't know that.
It's not. It's mirrored, but it's not. You know how Zoom, you can mirror it to where it's the exact mirror image, or you can mirror it where it's inverted. So like if you move left, you're really moving right, and all that.
Yeah.
Today I didn't have on Skype. They didn't have the setting on to where I was. They said move to your right a little bit, and I thought they meant to my right on the screen.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching on. It's all streaming live, and then streaming on the TV.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to look at yourself. You're supposed to look at the camera,
Right.
which is a small little circle. Because if you look at yourself, then it's like you're looking down. And so, enough about me. Back to Jay. Jay, one more time. How do I donate money to cancer for you? You.
That way, the easiest way is brproud.com. They've got a little banner with me. You click on it. It's got my headshot, some info about me talking about, supporting all of this. And
Every Wednesday in October. You know what we should do next week?
What's that?
Lunch Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Or dinner. Sarita's. Denham.
Are they doing that every Wednesday in October?
Every
They're giving.
Yep.
Oh,
So
oh
Sarita's
yeah.
is-
I'm down for that.
I haven't been to the Denham one. I'm assuming it's the same company as the one on the
Solid
Marpaw.
thing.
Yeah.
Rudy.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. It's solid. I mean, I can get some good Tex-Mex Mexican, food.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Dude,
very good.
Dude,
yeah.
he and I do Taco Tuesdays.
That's right.
okay.
And we do a tour of Baton Rouge. We're gonna talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
Like, because people have routines they do throughout the week.
Yeah.
And one of the routines we're doing these days is one of my favorite new restaurants on Nicholson is
La Salvadoreña.
one of the best. They're not paying me for this endorsement.
No, they're not.
They really should be. It is one of the most affordable meals. You can eat like a king for under no. You just
No, it's I'm just worried about talking about it because I don't want people to find out. Like that's what I'm. It's like I don't. Yeah.
So we're hitting our first break in about 2 minutes, but stick around, guys. If you're one of the 5 people watching this show, kidding, I kid. Stick around because we're going to be talking the food industry, and then Dylan does this thing when he comes on where we talk about how to be a better patron, how to be a better diner, like from the perspective of someone who used to work in the food industry. Dylan works at Toast App now, which if you've ever used the Toast App, again, Toast is not sponsoring my show yet. Scan.
Keyword there.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, very
So you scan. I don't have to touch paper, man.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh, that's what we're gonna talk about today.
dude, I gotta tell you, man.
But it's just in general for
Like,
diners.
I got a new credit card.
Yeah.
That allows me to tap. And it actually allows the tap. My old card was supposed to allow
Broadcast.
the tap, but so yeah, it's still my credit card. So we're going to be taking our first break. When we come back, we're going to be hanging out with Dylan. You know, Jay may stick around a little bit. When do you have to go on the TV again?
When I'm off on the weekend, so
Dude,
Monday.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but I got to be
What
in
a
there
gig.
like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of weather going on at 2 o'clock in the morning?
No, but I'm able to because I do the
The
whole
same amount as
forecast.
the rest of the day.
Yeah,
actually. I
pretty
think
much.
the same amount of weather.
We're gonna take our first break, guys. We'll be coming back. Go Rouge Radio. Gosh. Go Rouge Radio Show. I love my life. Like, the best is when I tell judges, yeah, I can't do that because I've got to go do a radio show. Oh, what's the radio show about? The law? And I'm like, no, it's just a Celebrate Baton Rouge show. Well, who do you have on today? A weather dude.
Yeah.
So we're going to be taking our first break. We'll be right back. Franz Borkhardt, Go Rouge, www.gorouge.com. Stick around or come back in a little bit. All right. So this is every week, by the way. It's crazy. Just amped up. I've had a whole bunch of
So much fun.
It really is.
Yeah.
So I love it. The problem is, let me tell you the problem when you have your own radio show, Dylan. The problem is it's creative content every single week, and you don't want to be repetitive. Even though on like your second year, you can be repetitive because you haven't I'll have Junior League on 5-6 times a week, month, not week, 5 or 6 times a month, 5 or 6 times
A year. Who's that?
Sorry. Junior League. Junior League. Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
But you got to start. So like when I sent the email to the Real Men Wear Pink, my hope was I sent an email saying, hey, anybody want to come on and promote their stuff? I just needed one person to say, yeah, that's half the show right there.
No,
Dylan coming on.
Yeah.
Dylan coming on. Dude, that's like I could talk to Dylan about food, life, philosophy.
Only one person came. Only one person responded. Jay was the only one.
It's getting crunched up. I mean, it's starting to get crunched up. And
Yeah.
so short notice. But here's the thing: Dylan and I have Dylan and I have an idea for a show segment.
Mm-hmm.
We have a mutual friend who the
that's
three of
right.
us.
Yeah.
The three of us talk. The three of us.
Do you want me to lower mine so
Yeah,
you
y'all
don't feel that?
three.
Do you want to come down a little?
So the three of us, my mutual friend, we'll call him Author. The three of us talk about food. We eat together and we talk about food. And Author is like the super hard to please guy. I am like the silver linings. Like I can find something positive about any place, and which I think to some degree makes Author annoyed. That I'm always like, oh no, that place is great, and he's like, no, that place is not great, Franz. And
I get that.
Was going to be what? What was it that you're?
I thought, what was that coming in kind of in between?
Yeah.
You know, sort of, you know, I can be, so it's difficult for me to go out to eat and not have the manager brain turned on. Like when I'm with friends.
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant the other day that I obviously won't name. And the server came to the table and was like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late. I was in the back. And just it like set off like and of course like I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, great.
Yeah.
We're like, but would you take a deuce?
But there have been times in restaurants that I've managed where, you know, I've heard people say something like that, and I'm like, hey, come here. Don't ever you say anything else. You can say anything else that you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah. Like it's still like it evokes less imagery than like I was in the bathroom. Like that is thank you. Exactly.
So unless they're using it as an opportunity to either flirt or like
an opportunity to flirt.
It's like if it's a hot chick and she was like,
she was in the bathroom, you're
lunch, Dylan. No, I don't know if that hot chick would eat. Yeah, hot chicks eat massive burritos.
Yeah.
Okay, so bathroom conversation is not flirty.
No.
What? Is that something that we have to talk about?
I think maybe.
Sunday. We'll talk about
So the three of us have this idea for the show topic.
Right.
And Dylan's come on the radio show. I don't think he wants to come on, or at least.
What are you talking about?
I think
I love coming on.
No.
Arthur does not want to come
because he's the hard to please guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think he doesn't want to be. He's really a good.
I think he's got a little. I think he might be a little afraid of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
There could be, and you know, when you are pickier and you know all that stuff, more people are going to be against you. And
Right.
Being on TV, there are the keyboard warriors who they will say anything to you.
Yes.
Because they're behind a keyboard.
So I have found that my course of action with regard to that, when I'm on Brian Haldane's show on Talk 107.3, is at the breaks we're doing YouTube live streaming.
Right.
And I go head to head with them. I just because I don't care.
You'll lay
into him, and I'm like, that's a great comment, dude. For an idiot.
Yeah. You think Arthur's afraid of being the heel? Like he doesn't want to be, like.
How much time we got? Oh,
Perfect.
great.
Do Do you want this one? Just give this one to you right now.
No, dude. I don't want your secondhand bow tie. I want a fresh,
All right.
steamed. Like, I want a little bit
really
of
cool, by the way.
maybe a drop of blood in the fabric. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Just two. Paisley on one and the pink. And then send me a link, and I will click and
Sounds good.
just you have to. Welcome back to the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is your host Franz Borchardt. If you were tuning in, last half of the show we had Jay Martin from NBC 33, Fox 44, talking about the Real Men Wear Pink. You can go to Sarita's all through the month of October on Wednesdays. The percentage will be given back to the American Cancer Society. Jay is one of the Real Men Wear Pink. This half of the show we got Dylan Ferguson. You may remember Dylan. Dylan was here maybe a month or so ago.
I think it might have been 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months ago. Some life happened. It's okay.
Yeah.
We had him on. He works for Toast, and we had him on to talk about the restaurant industry, but more to the point, we had a fun conversation about how to be a better diner, how to be a better patron. And so we're going to have him in the second half of the show just talking about that. Jay's sticking around for a little while because this is about as entertaining as it gets on a Friday afternoon.
That's right. There's
Hey,
nothing
dude,
better
I
than doing that.
appreciate, Jay, you coming to the radio station on a Friday
Yeah.
evening. A lot of people have better things to do.
They're like what?
I don't know. No.
No?
But we do have a super early LSU game tomorrow.
That's
I heard
true.
that already got
Well,
moved up.
the alcohol serving starts super early. I think the game itself starts at what? 2 o'clock or 11?
I heard 11.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the worst thing? Daytime DWIs. What's the worst thing could happen there? So before we jump into 20 minutes of just hilarity, or at least I think it's hilarity. Other people think differently. Let's thank our show sponsor. These are the folks that make the men and women, the businesses that make the Geaux Rouge show possible. We got La Divina Italian Cafe serving all sorts of custom, made from scratch breakfasts, open every day for that breakfast, brunch on the weekends.
Can we talk about the bacon there?
Oh, dude.
I don't understand why
it's Italian bacon.
Is
It's
it,
Italian bacon.
It's
is it good? Like,
no. It's a whole
They make
other
it specially.
level.
They make it specially in-house.
That's incredible. The jam that goes on the little croissant toast.
Yeah.
Every
They make a jam, and then one time, a long time ago, they had like either a blackberry or a blueberry version of this jam, and I've never had it since I've been there. But
Oh, man.
their food is phenomenal, and it is made from scratch every single day. That being said,
Yep.
check out La Divina this weekend for maybe pregame breakfast. Great coffee too. Dr. G, Dr. Gunjarena with MD VIP at 360 Heal 360. Man, I'm sorry, Dr. Reyna. www.drreyna.com. Dude, she just celebrated her anniversary for being in business. All the lives that she's changing, helping them get healthy, helping them lose weight. Very excited. I would highly recommend you giving her a call. Tell her you heard about, what she's doing for people from Franzi on Geaux Rouge Show. That way I can keep her as a sponsor. And then last but not least, the Borchardt Law Firm. That is my criminal defense firm. www.borcharttlawfirm.com. If you call and say, hey, I heard about the Borchardt Law Firm from the Geaux Rouge Show.
Wait, what happens?
yeah,
Nothing
you
really.
get a prize?
Nothing, you don't get like a discount.
You get a discount. 1 free day.
Actually,
That would be nice.
when there have been people that have done that, I actually smile a little bit, and I do tend to give a little, like not automatically, but I do give a discount.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
because criminal law is kind of a flat,
Right.
fixed,
There's not like I can't give you a 20% discount on.
you got cash. I can do all sorts of discounts.
Right. Yeah.
So Dylan,
Yes.
refresh the listeners. Who are you? What do you do?
Okay, yeah. So I am Dylan Ferguson. Currently, I work for a company called Toast. We have an app that everyone listening should go right now. Pick up your phone, go to the App Store, the Toast Takeout app. It will
Doing it right now.
just make your off-premise dining, your to-go dining experience much easier, much simpler for you and for the restaurants that you're ordering from. But prior to that, it's been about 14 years in the restaurant industry.
Jay, did you work in the industry?
I did.
But what was your job in the industry?
They either asked me to be a busboy or a host.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I went dressed to the interview like this, with the suit and the bow tie and everything. And I was like, I don't think busting table is going to be for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a host. And I just downloaded Toast, by the way.
Nice.
Oh,
You're going to love it.
So,
Yeah.
so Dylan, you were a GM, right?
No,
I thought you were a manager, right?
Yeah, I shouldn't admit. No, I was a manager. Yeah, I was the. Yes, I was a manager.
That's how high I think of you. I
That's
see
so
you.
nice.
I see you running restaurants.
Look, these guys. So I was with the Chimes group here in town. I think I can say that. Hopefully they don't mind. Sorry, guys.
We love the Chimes.
We love the Chimes.
I mean,
we all love the Chimes. Yeah. Love the Chimes,
Oh.
Jay.
I gotta go back, retry.
I mean, those guys don't leave that job. Like once you get that GM job with that company, like that's it. Like that's a lifetime position.
So, all right. So last time you were on, we talked about how to be a better patron, how to be a better diner, how to be a better customer. And I got to tell you, the feedback was outstanding.
Really?
Both from people that work in the industry, and then also from some of the people that were like, "Yeah, I never thought about that."
That's
or
good.
"Yeah, I never thought about that."
Yeah.
So, all right. So you alluded to something in the first half of the show that I want to touch on.
Oh.
Being a better diner. So
Mhm.
you have a restaurant, hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
I live in the world of law hypotheticals. You have a restaurant that you really love.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe not as on fire as like Chimes. It's not as on fire as Sammy's during crawfish season. But it's a good, solid restaurant.
Yeah.
Maybe it serves, I don't know, El Salvadorian food. Maybe it serves something outstanding.
Very specific.
And you're like, I really love this place, and I want to make sure this place stays in business. I want to support it. I want to patron it. I want to eat there every week.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, you don't want it to be too popular. Because if it's too popular, I call it
a little deja vu. Yeah.
the better than Ezra effect.
Oh wow.
People that are really diehard better than Ezra fans from here,
Right.
they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder to the other better than Ezra fans that came later, and they're like, I like better than Ezra when they were like a thing. It's kind of analogous to that. Not the same thing, but all right. So
Okay.
if you love a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
you want it, and you want it to stay in business, you just support it.
Tell everybody. Yeah, I know. I was being selfish. I was being stingy earlier when we started talking about Salvadorania because I love going there and it being quiet. I love quiet places.
Right.
But no, I mean, obviously you want to tell people, I mean, we were just talking before the show about Iverstein Farms, right? Like, incredible. And I mean, any time that you go there is a good time to go, right? Lunch, amazing, like locally harvested foods and meat.
Yeah.
But I go every Sunday for breakfast. It's my favorite. I call it Sunday breakfast. By myself a lot of the time.
Iverstein's, by the way, guys, Iverstein's legit.
It's incredible.
And what's interesting is I want them to succeed. I want them, and it's one of those places where it's
Galen is one of my favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also
he's great.
like, I'm going to say it. I also like rolling in there, being able to put my order in.
Yo, I like not waiting in line. Yeah.
That is a nice
This,
thing.
what about me has led you to believe I want to wait in a line?
What we do, we accept this as a gift and then like continue to tell people about it. Like we get to know that we were there first.
Right.
Yeah.
So my point is, can you be a good diner, a good customer, a good patron, and have that chip on your shoulder of I love this place? Because really, it's a customer restaurant relationship. You don't have stock in the company,
right?
Although your dollar does play into it. So okay, like talk to me, walk me through this, like because like you Chimes or Power there are people that are like committed.
Oh yeah.
I would wait an hour at the for a certain day.
I'm probably gonna do it. I mean, I said it earlier, right? Like, I'm going immediately after the show. It'll probably be like an hour wait.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
and I'll do it.
I know
happily.
but it's good food
Because it is. I mean, it's some of the best food in town.
It's nostalgic feeling to it too. I mean,
Well, there is, right?
Well, you went to LSU, so that makes sense.
well, so funny.
Well, so-
funnily enough, not to interrupt you.
No,
but
no, go
funnily
ahead.
enough, when I first went to Chimes, 1997, first time I walked in, Murphy's had just closed, and I was like, this place is a poop hole. Like, who would ever want to eat here?
Wow.
And I didn't understand it. And then 2 years later, I'm like eating at the Chimes once a week.
Right.
And then fast forward to law school, eating at the Chimes 3, maybe 4,
Wow.
drinking way more than I should.
Yes.
It's like I got to the point where I was like, I got past, and they did, to be fair, Chimes, it was never a poop hole, but they did renovations. They did all sorts of stuff. Now you can sit on the top, man.
It's unbelievable.
So
Yeah.
there is a place growing on you factor. So back to your question.
Well, so question. I did come with some notes this week for
Okay,
how to
go
be
for
a
it.
better diner. Like
Go
for
for
the
it.
next, because the first time we talked about
Fire, baby.
selecting a restaurant, right? And
Okay.
like how to act at the host stand. We talked about
Yeah.
that sweet tea is not an answer to the question, hi, how are you doing today?
Oh,
Coke Zero.
Yeah, like that's not. Hi, how are you doing today? Sweet tea. Like that's not how we respond to that.
yeah.
So I thought maybe this week we could talk more about like what to do once you get to the table.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Jump in.
Make your decision as soon as you can.
Not necessarily before you get to the table.
No, I'm talking about like when you get to the table, you get the menu, server comes by, gets drinks. I guess step one, you should always do.
Specials are not readily
Well,
known.
that's what I was about to say. Always ask if there are off menu specials. Like this is where your local chefs, your KMs are like showing off. This is, the rep came in with this item that they only have for a little while, and so I'm thinking specifically of Mansur's on the Boulevard, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, top tier, one of my favorite restaurants in town. But Mansur's has an incredible regular menu, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I always get whatever the chef special is.
Can you be a good diner?
Yeah,
So on this point, can you be a good diner? Because someone asked me this,
yeah.
and be the guy that wants something that's off menu done special.
Oh, I think so. I
Like,
mean,
okay.
not too much. I mean,
So I don't need a lot of meat. So I'll give you an
I'm thinking-
example.
I mean, you might become if you do it all the time, you may, like there was, I won't say what the modifier is called, but we did have a modifier for a pair of customers at a restaurant that I worked at that was specific to them.
So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
La Divina, show sponsor. I don't eat a lot of meat. So
Right.
I'll get a Caesar salad, which is a great Caesar salad, but I will tell the chef Eric, I'll say, hey, dude, can my protein be mushrooms? And he's like, no problem. He sautés some mushrooms. He puts them on the salad. He's like, no deal. No,
So
no problem.
you said everything right there, right? No problem.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it's not a problem for the if you make a special request and the restaurant says right, like that's the difference between a good diner and a bad diner, though, right? Because a bad diner, like you make that off menu special request,
Would you
and they say like, hey, I can't.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, like that's not an option. Hey, could I get a cup of gumbo instead of my salad with my fried platter? No, but you can add a cup of gumbo. Well, why not?
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah.
If I ask for something
Like that's
not,
the difference.
so if I ask for something that's in off menu,
Yeah.
regular, I always, as a patron, I always say, listen, if it's not okay, it's fine. And I explain to the waitress, I don't eat a lot of meat, or I'm high maintenance. Beautiful.
Right, like it's the one who's out of line here, not you. Like if you do this request, it's
I also acknowledge the fact that the waitress or waiter only has so much a say in this, right?
Right. Well, okay, and so back to the waitress or waiter, right? Like you've asked about the off menu specials, and then they're asking you if you're ready, and you're not ready yet.
Yeah.
Make that decision as fast as you can, and then catch up, because this is what winds up happening, right? Like you're catching up with your friend, the waiter comes by, they're like, "Hey, are you guys ready to order?" Like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like we've been sitting here talking, I didn't even think about it," right? And then the waiter gets sat, and then sat again, and then now you're getting hungry, but the waiter's not available because your window is closed, right? Like they.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll do the following.
Uh-huh.
I'll order an appetizer and say, hey, Dylan, we're going to be here for a while.
Right.
We're going to get some appetizers. We're going to chill out. We're going to get some beverages, and then we're going to order. I give the waiter a heads up so that the expectation is like a mutual.
Still, if you can, put the order in.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, because,
Okay,
and let your waiter control the dining experience. Like, give them all of that information. Hey, look, we're not in any hurry. Hey, you don't need to ring in those entrees as soon as the apps are. Give it to them. Get the menus off the table because it's cluttering things up and it's unseemly.
What's getting at is it's okay to tell them, but give them some guidance.
Right. Give them some guidance. Trust them to guide. Like that's and if they don't like it, because I could already hear like
no, don't do that.
Right. Like roll that dice. I'd say like the vast majority of servers in the city are going to take good care of you. There's always going to be bad actors, right? But like for the most part, people, they're invested because we're, a society that tips. Their income is dependent on like your assessment of the experience. They're invested in you having a good time.
Okay.
Right? Like
keep it coming, Dylan.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh,
I like
thanks
it.
very much.
I like it.
All right. Well, you ready for the next? Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to ask about tipping because I had an experience. I guess we're not saying names of restaurants, which is good.
Yeah. We're not about bad things, right? We're
Okay.
Eat the boot.
Positive people here.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
taking Eat the Boot on Facebook. If you don't follow that group, check it out.
Oh, well, okay, I'll have to. So I went to this restaurant and they were, understaffed a little, so they were running a little late, and they had like a special. It was ostrich. I've never had ostrich before.
Whoa.
It's like, sure, I'll have it. I'm hanging
Okay.
out, and I was traveling the next day, so I was like in no rush.
Yeah.
So me and the bartender.
This is here in town?
Yeah.
Ostrich?
Yeah, it was like they're like a special for like.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I
Restaurant
just wanted to
week,
clarify.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, continue.
And she was talking. We were kind of talking back and forth, and she was talking about tips and how some people just don't tip.
Right.
And I've only worked a year in the restaurant industry, but everyone depends on that. But I painted myself in a corner. So I was like, I was like that kind of stinks because if you have like a $200, it was a nice restaurant, you're not getting that much. I was like, I always do 20. It doesn't matter because like I know the kitchen can be slow, but that doesn't determine like the servers thing and that. My meal was forgotten. Like they lost the ticket.
Well,
that's what they said.
You told her to neglect me and not one word.
That's what I was like, no,
I'm going to give you 20 no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah. That's why I was curious. Do you think she was going that route?
No. I mean, that's an honest mistake. And that's the thing. Because people ask me all the time, they're like, I think actually someone asked me the other day, like, what restaurant would you never eat in that you've worked in? And the answer is there's none of them. I've never, and like, especially now I interact with even more restaurants. There's not a single person in that entire building that wants you to have a bad time. Like even the guys like getting just chewed up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like still like it's just a natural human thing. Like, and especially in the restaurant, like you take pride in what you do.
Is 20% now the normal? It used to be 15.
Yeah, I would say 20 is now the normal. It was 15 whenever I started waiting tables, right? Like in 2007.
So if I'm paying cash, it's about rounding up. So if it's 20%, but to round up on the $20 bill or the $100 bill, I'll say keep the change and I'll get out of there.
I think that's great.
Yeah. So, but when it's bad service, I'll tip 15 if I can assert blame.
I think that's fine. I think it. You're
still leaving a tip.
You're still leaving a tip.
I've got to ask.
Yeah.
Big table.
Oh yeah.
8-10 people.
Oh yeah.
Gratuity included.
Oh.
Do you still leave a tip?
I always do.
Okay. So what is your mindset on that?
My mindset is, what a headache, right? Like as someone who's taken those giant parties, like there's a lot that goes, like people don't realize, man, like whenever they go out to eat with 10 people and you walk into, or please no, like 15 or 20, that's a lot of strain. That's a lot of planning. Like you've now involved probably multiple managers, hosts. Like we're all frantically like watching, we're letting the servers know like, hey, we got to kind of, don't hurry them, but like get everything out of there.
Yeah.
Go bring another refill of water. If you've closed out your check and your server's coming by with another refill of water, like
that's their way of saying
like
it could sometimes be like if it goes from that to like no refills, then like at that point, like please leave.
Okay.
And it varies. I can't speak like unilaterally for the entire restaurant industry. Like there's just like different things that I have done or that I have seen.
So I got into an argument recently about that point. I leave a little something.
I always do.
But I may not leave 20% on that, but I leave a little something.
Yeah.
The person
you don't leave an additional 20% on the 20%.
No,
of course.
But the person that was with me got angry.
That you left extra money?
That I left extra money.
That person is a bad person.
Just saying, we're just going to throw it out.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just got angry whenever you said that because I know people like that as well. They're like, well,
scene from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, like they're gonna make me tip, then I'm not gonna leave anything, and it's such a ridiculous point to take. Like,
and the number of people I'm with also my expectations, which I try not to have expectations, but the number of people I'm with dictates to me. If I'm with 20 people, I take a deep breath and say, this is some heavy lifting.
Have a bad time.
Yeah, like I'll trade it off. If I'm just me, if on a date, me and one other person, I have even told waiters, this is a first date.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's good. I think
I need to nail this because not her. This experience. I need to nail this experience. Oh,
yeah.
You tell somebody that,
right?
It's actually changed the. Oh, you guys are out. How do you guys know each other? Oh, we're on a,
right.
But I'll tell you, man, I don't mind giving a little extra on especially if the service is good. I mean,
look, if a server, like if you are going out to eat with 20 people and they execute it well, like, yes, throw money at them because that is not easy. That's hard to do. How much time do we have? Because there's one more thing I want to talk about. It's 2 minutes. Okay. The last bit of like how to be a good diner advice, stop complaining in general. But also stop complaining about QR codes in restaurants.
Okay, more.
Multiple arenas, right? Like imagine scanning a QR code for a digital menu and getting to see if they're out of something. Like if something is off the menu, like it's already blanked off. Like what a gift. Paper waste, right? Yeah. Like even more so, there is a technology that we are depriving ourselves of in Baton Rouge because restaurant owners think that the population isn't ready for it, where you could order. So imagine you're out with friends. you're ready for that next drink, right?
Yeah.
Scan the QR code, place the order, have the drink brought to the table,
Huh.
automatically added to your
Yeah.
bill. You're no longer, you're not doing that thing where it's like, I'd like another beer. Oh,
So
guess
I
not.
like having digital menus.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. We
It
got 2
is the
minutes.
future.
We got 2 minutes. If you're listening, we got Dylan Ferguson, how to be a better
Diner.
diner.
Restaurant
we
goer?
got
I
Jay
just like the
from-
way diner sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay from NBC 33, Fox 44. We're talking about the culinary world in Baton Rouge and how to be a better diner. Now, look, I'm that guy that likes the digital menu. I
Yeah.
like being able to go on my Sonic app, order my Sonic Route 44 Sprite Zero, and get a little bit of a discount and do that. I think curbside for a while there was a way of maybe doing that.
Besides, you could yeah.
Yeah. So to me,
Sorry.
to me, that's okay.
Yeah.
But there are some people that get kind of pissy about, well, I mean, who's serving who here? And I'm like, ugh.
Man, I know. Well, then ask for a paper menu. Like, it's fine, but like, don't
Okay. So
complain.
let me ask you in this
Stop
1 minute we
complaining.
have left.
Okay.
I drink copious amounts of Diet Coke, Coke Zero. I have been on occasion the sort of guy that looks at the waiter or waitress and says,
They
listen,
bring me a picture.
well, I say, I'm drinking a lot of these.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, do you want a picture, kind of jokingly? And then I'm kind of like, well, I mean, now that you've
Actually, I
offered,
do. Yes, please.
is that,
That's fun.
okay, that's
Yeah,
fun, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
fun. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not, I'll tell you what's not fun is like getting like nickel and dimed for
yeah.
the like just a one more how to be a better diner thing. Like try to have it all wrapped up in your server. You know, don't ask them for napkins, and the next time they come, ask them for a refill, and then the next time they come, ask them for a. You know,
Try and get it all.
if you can get it all, consolidate that trip.
So they're
for them.
okay. They're
Yeah.
okay if you bombard them with all that when the food comes out. And it's like, hey, we need this, we need this.
Yeah, absolutely. Please tell me everything. All at
Well,
once.
we've got about 30 seconds. You're definitely going to come back.
Oh yeah, I'll be.
Because the 2 or 3 listeners out there that are listening,
They need more.
They need more
They're
about how to
hanging
be a
on the
better
edge
diner.
of their seats.
Jay, thank you for coming out and raising money for cancer.
Dude,
Yeah, nice.
Have a great weekend. Kate, thank you for master controlling. Y'all have a good one. We will be back next week.